Hello and welcome to the SPEEDIER SME Training Module 2, Ring Fencing Mechanism and Behavioral Change. Today we will look at funding ECMs through a ring fencing mechanism, behavioral change, tips and tricks, and also the SPEEDIER app. Here we can see a representation of the ring fencing mechanism. This model can be used by homeowners and businesses alike, as the ring starts with monitoring and verifying, which can be done at home or in your business. The ring starts with monitoring and verifying, which means that the energy consumption for a period of a year or a month is monitored. This is also called an energy baseline. As you can see, it says what machinery or department to target for savings. This could also be what machinery in your home you could target for savings. How much is your fridge using? How much is your freezer using? How much is your TV and your setup using for Wi-Fi or your TV and things like that? When we understand the workings of the building, we can optimize the control of the building with things like no-cost measures. This could be reducing the boiler set point or reducing the flow into radiators using TRV valves or lock shield valves, or turning off the heating or cooling for an hour a day. These small changes have a huge effect over the course of the year. And it might seem small at the start, you could be saving €2 or €3 a day. And obviously over the course of a year, it really adds up. Calculating the savings from all these non-cost or no-cost measures, we can use this money to fund the next step of the mechanism. If you think about the ring fencing mechanism as a bank, every time you save anything, you put it straight back into the bank. Use that money to fund your next venture and your next venture and your next venture. And as the savings rack up, you slowly will get up to the high cost measures. So from the calculating the savings from the non-cost measures, we can use this money to fund the next step, low to mid costs. This could be anything from a new lighting system like LED or a motion sensor in a part of your building for automatic light switching, or changing out radiators or measures like this. And after the savings calculated from the no, low, and mid cost measures, enough money is saved up for the major measures. Now, these major measures are things like renewable energy or a complete fabric upgrade or a heating system upgrade. Big projects that cost a lot of money and tend to have a longer payback period. The ring fencing mechanism is tried and tested and it works. The issues that arise are from monitoring and verifying savings of each step. That's why monitoring and verifying is so important to the entire ring fencing mechanism, as it's the start and it also is the end. For each measure you do, you need to know how much you save in order to put back into your energy bank. Metering again comes into play when you think about it. Another issue that arises is a lack of understanding from people within the building. Some will say turning down the boiler temperature set point makes the whole house feel colder or makes the whole business feel less productive. This is where behavioral change comes into play. Here are some examples of each step of the ring fencing mechanism: monitoring and verifying, understanding the loads and site to pinpoint the most effective measures, and verifying the savings from it. Simple enough. No costs like behavioral change, energy conservation like turning down boiler set points, reducing time of use, or changing suppliers, another one for saving money. Low cost measures are control upgrades like PIR, which is passive infrared resistor, or a motion sensor. VSD, which is variable speed drive. You put these on your motors for your hot water systems or your heating system to speed up or down the flow of water. And temperature sensors to increase your control of the building. Mid-cost equipment upgrades like motors, fans, pumps, renovations of windows maybe, energy efficiency. So you're replacing small equipment in order to build up this There's medium cost, medium payback period. And then high cost is a complete equipment upgrade, like your boiler, your heating system, or renewable energy systems. So just some definitions. In the SPEEDIER service, there are two major players, the expert and the champion. The expert is the relevant energy auditor or public body representative that has undergone SPEEDIER training and undertakes the SPEEDIER energy assessment. The SPEEDIER champion is a representative of that SME that educates others about the importance of the issues and motivate them to change their behaviour to be more energy efficient. I see here, you can see the SPEEDIER service again, the 5 pillars of it: engage, identify, implement, review, repeat. Behavioral change. So, to talk a bit more on the energy champion. The energy champion is key to changing behaviours towards an energy aware culture within a company. The energy champion in your company must have the ability to promote internal awareness campaigns. That's very important. To get people aware on site. To demonstrate a willingness to change behaviour, lead by example. Show other staff members that you are committed to the cause and that they should be too. And have a passion for energy efficiency and environment. Shown here are steps to nurturing a sustainable goal and an energy aware culture, either in your home or in your business. First step there, monitoring targeting. Monitoring targeting is essentially metering and data sets to help with understanding your site usage and targeting the areas where the most savings can be found. In order to become as energy efficient as possible, it helps to know how inefficient you are at the moment. This is where monitoring and metering comes in, and as we always say, you don't know what you're going to save if you don't know what you use. Second step there is communication. Communication is key, as all staff in the company or all the people in the house have to all be on the same page. Sharing success stories is key to an energy conscious culture, showing that something can be done and is being done, encourage others to take a stand and help. Things like weekly emails or newsletters with relatable insights can help boost knowledge of energy efficiency. And finally, the last one there is engagement, getting people involved in the process. This can help increase interest levels. Another important aspect of engagement is feedback. Listen to suggestions and help run your building as efficiently as possible, while also keeping everyone happy within it. Again, we can see here the cycle of savings. It's very simple. Monitor, identify, target, implement, verify. Simple, same as a SPEEDIER service. Monitor what you use, identify where to introduce a change, target, set a target for your savings, implement, introduce that change, and verify, monitor the savings, and then start again. Now, just going on to behavior change, here's a few easy and practical tips to save either at home or in your business. A switch off schedule. It's just a register of equipment and a time you turned it off and by who. It's simple. It's a simple way to kickstart energy savings. It requires one staff or one person committed to switching off all equipment or non-essential equipment at the end of each day. From studies from Kadima, Dublin Energy Agency, and other agencies like SDAI state that between 5 and 15% of energy costs can be saved from this measure. But how do you know what to turn off and what to leave on? Well, this is where a color code system can be introduced. A color code system can be used to identify what equipment is essential or non-essential. Color codes are used everywhere, like traffic lights, warning signs, energy efficiency ratings as seen here. So when we see a red sticker or a red banner on a piece of equipment, we think stop usually. But it could be flipped on its head. It says here, as you can see here, the red says turn it off, and then the green says leave this on. Now you can flip the colors if you want. It's all down to you. It's all about making sure that your site and your building is comfortable with the system. This color code can be ensured that anyone can perform a switch off schedule as long as they stick to the code. Another important tip is to understand what comfort is. There are 4 major comfort ideas for people. There's visual comfort, thermal comfort, air comfort, and acoustic comfort. Visual comfort refers to the level of light that people are subjected to. If the sun is glaring directly in your eyes for 3 to 4 hours a day, are you comfortable to work? Or would you pull down the blind? Or would you rather put your hand up to cover it? This is visual comfort. This also is related to lights in buildings. A lot of times when old fluorescent lighting is changed out with LED lighting, sometimes the LED lighting is too bright for staff, and headaches and migraines, things like that. And this is all coming down to your staff losing work due to discomfort. Same can be said for home. Acoustic comfort relates to sounds. Earmuffs for workers that are near loud machinery. This is also a health and safety matter, as persistent acoustic discomfort can lead to permanent ear damage. Then we have thermal comfort. Thermal is simply how hot or cold people are, or how humid the room is. This affects the way that we use our heating system or our cooling system. You can think of it that people from Spain would have a higher temperature range that they would feel comfortable within, rather than Irish people would. There are also preferences for different people, and metabolic rates of each person is different, so therefore their thermal comfort will be determined by how comfortable they feel in the heat or how comfortable they feel in the cold. And then finding a balance between staff members or members of the family, to find a balance between everyone is key to energy efficiency and stable levels of comfort. Indoor air quality or air comfort means the oxygen levels in the room. If it's fresh air, sometimes when air is put through air handling units, it's only 20% of the new air coming into the room is fresh air. The rest is recycled air. This can also have things like smell, smoke and cigarettes, as it says there, or bacteria, CO2 levels. Radon is a big one. And most buildings should have an air change rate of between 10 litres per person or 15 litres per person per second. It may seem like a lot, but it really isn't when you think about it. Competition and incentive. Competitiveness is another form of interest. The gamification, as we call it, of energy savings is another easy way to implement measures. It encourages people to do their best and reward them for their efforts. This is also apparent in the SPEEDIER app that we are rolling out. It uses competitions and can track rewards, give prizes to staff, and with the best recommendations for energy efficiency upgrades and for their general knowledge. To continue the growth of the energy culture, you also need to communicate the efforts. Make sure that people know that what you're doing and that the work that you're putting into it as well. And this can be done in a few ways, with newsletters, weekly reminders, posters, events, and also the SPEEDIER app as well. Communication is key to bringing forward energy culture. The more people know, the more they'll get involved. Simple as. Now we'll just talk quickly about the SPEEDIER app. The SPEEDIER app is designed to allow SMEs to run a simple site energy management system and a platform to encourage interaction between staff. It has all these main headings seen here. There's the dashboard, which just gives a SPEEDIER introduction, a feedback tab, where feedback from energy conservation measures and adjustments can be made, a suggestions panel or tab suggested, where you can suggest ECMs and adjustments from general staff or management alike. So notifications for staff members. There's the energy management, where the equipment log is kept, a lighting log is kept. Lighting log is in a lighting schedule where you have the number of lights and the power rating on each light, so you know the energy consumption, the energy use, and the building energy targets. Then you have a quiz section where you can have quizzes on general knowledge, equipment, home energy, and also where you can find leaderboards for staff members. Then a rewards panel where you can see the rewards for your efforts, and then profile just for your details. This is the feedback panel, just where reporting staff feedback on energy conservation measures and adjustments are made. As you can see there, feedback on 2, where in room 1, where they reduced, obviously because it says too cold, they reduced the HVAC set temperature. The feedback is it's too cold in that room, and they commented to increase the set temperature. And status is open. If the management decided on taking action and bringing it forward, they would put up to in progress, and if they completed it, then they put it to close. Here we have the suggestion panel, where reporting staff suggestions for ECMs and adjustments. Like the suggestion 1 there, changing the lighting times. Light, simple enough. Decrease the HVAC set temperature, reduce energy consumption. Or there it says reduce the HVAC set point in the canteen as the canteen is too hot. Or switch off staircase lighting during the daytime. There's enough sunlight day hours. Simple, easy things like this where management can see that people are interested in energy savings and also helping them to understand how to work their building. Here you can see a notifications panel where staff notifications come up, where you see their reward. Congratulations, you see a reward on your feedback. Customs, please turn off the lights. These are notifications for communicating to staff that you want them to adhere to the switch off schedule or shut down your computer before leaving, things like that. This is the energy management panel where you report on equipment and energy use. You see there LEDs, the lights, there's 10 of them. Each of them, well, all of them together are rated at 1.6 kilowatts. That's electricity. Then a compressor, 4 kilowatts. You can also see there it says building. This is only the equipment list. The energy use shows an overview of the energy usage per year. The building shows each building and each building's energy use. Here you can see the quiz section where you can test your staff's knowledge with quizzes, gauging successive training or energy efficiency culture measures. There are 3 separate quizzes. There's general quiz, which has questions on energy and climate, general knowledge, equipment quiz, which is more for, I would say, for maintenance staff, where you'll have tougher questions maybe for engineers or people that want more of a challenge, mainly talking about how to reduce their usage of energy with equipment. And you also have the home energy quiz, which tackles energy at home. And here we can see the rewards panel. This just shows the rewards the staff get from their feedback, their suggestions, and their quizzes. As you can see there, 10% earned to next feedback reward. So feedback rewards, this could be from management. They could take this on and say that for everyone that completes a full circle gets €20, gets a €50 free for all, or one for all voucher, things like that. Just rewarding your staff for being energy efficient. I hope this module was helpful and insightful. For more training videos, please see Module 1, where we looked at climate and energy management basics, and Module 3, where we will look at transport of people, goods, and electric vehicles.